Teaira McCowan has been waived from the Dallas Wings. All right. Now, we've talked about trades before, and we talked about how just because you make a trade, you cannot exceed the normal rules of the WNBA in terms of roster spots. And the Dallas Wings had a situation where, in order to make this trade happen, they had to get rid of a player, and the player they decided to get rid of is Teaira McCowan. Now, here's the thing, guys. I'm not surprised about this trade. We've seen several games this year where Teaira McCowan did not play, right? The writing was kind of on the wall in terms of her future, not just with the Dallas Wings, but honestly in the WNBA as a whole. Teaira McCowan is someone who had a lot of potential, truly, a lot of potential coming into the WNBA, right? She had a really good career at Mississippi State, was ultimately drafted into the WNBA. She was a big player in college, right? She was someone who averaged basically a double-double every single game. She was someone who could make an impact on a team. She got drafted to the Indiana Fever, and there was a thought of Teaira really sort of growing and getting better in the WNBA. And honestly, guys, the career that I expected Teaira McCowan to have coming out of college is not ultimately the career that we have seen. Yes, she has found a roster spot every year in the WNBA since 2019 when she was drafted by the Fever, but her production never quite escalated to the point that it needed to, right? Teaira McCowan is a big body. However, she doesn't always use her body, right? She doesn't always use it to her advantage. And the development that we expected when she went to college has not happened, ultimately. So she wound up going from Indiana to Dallas in 2022, and she's been there since then. This year, we really did see in my opinion, a downturn in her production overall. Not only is Teaira not starting, she came into this season not looking good at all, right? Coming into this season, me, Mama, and Daddy, we all went to Notre Dame to watch Dallas versus Vegas at Notre Dame, right? We all went, and Teaira McCowan came in that game preseason, and she played so bad that my parents was like, wow, what in the world? Like, don't give her the ball. Like, they were just like, oh my goodness. Like, Teaira McCowan has a lot of potential. She just, in the WNBA, she has not lived up to it. Now, in Europe, Teaira McCowan brings some really good stats. She's doing her thing in Europe. But when it comes to the WNBA, it just, like, she hasn't lived up to her potential, ultimately. And if you all go back and watch, y'all, the video is up there. The preseason video is up there. Y'all can listen to my parents talking like, what in the world? Because Teaira McCowan, you see the vision for her in the WNBA, but it just has not happened. It hasn't happened, right? The reason why Teaira McCowan was a lottery pick by the Indiana Fever over players like Enrique, over players like Nafisa Collier, was because people saw the vision of that big body in the WNBA and what it could do. However, it's not manifested in what we all expected. And ultimately, the Dallas Wings was like, you know what? It's not working out. You gotta go. You gotta go. So ultimately, Teaira McCowan has been waived from the Dallas Wings. I don't see Teaira getting picked up from another team this season, and so I think she'll just end up as a free agent, and we'll hopefully try to get back in the WNBA next year. But yeah, I'm not surprised at all. I'm really not surprised. Like, Teaira is, I see the vision. It just has not happened. It hasn't come to fruition, I would say. And that's unfortunate. That is very, very much unfortunate, right? Very unfortunate. But yeah, that is the news. The news is that she had to get waived. Okay. Okay. All right. Yeah, y'all listen to Carmela and hit that like button. It really does help the channel out a whole lot. Thank you very much. Thank you. Sai says Macauen has the weight but not the skill. Like, yeah, like you see it. You see the potential. It's just, and I was hoping that she would develop more with the Indiana Fever. That didn't happen, right? I thought, okay, coming to the Dallas Wings, okay, maybe they're gonna develop her. That didn't happen, because again, yeah, she played, but just being in a game and playing and starting is not the same thing as developing, right? In Indiana, Teaira McCowan played. She started quite a bit with the Indiana Fever, right? And then with the Dallas Wings, she started quite a bit, right? Last year, she started almost every single game for the Dallas Wings last year. The development didn't really happen. And now this year she came off the bench all season because, in my opinion, she kind of came into the season unprepared. And then we see what we see, right? We see what we see. I'll talk about that tomorrow. I'll talk about that game tomorrow. But to just make a short story short, the Las Vegas Aces got cooked, and in an embarrassing fashion. I think this was the largest score in Minnesota Lynx history, in terms of that, like, them beating another team. We also saw Nafisa Collier go down, I believe, in the third quarter. There was a lot of questions to Cheryl Reeve about why was she in the game. Here's the thing: it was a third quarter. Yes, the Aces were getting blown out. However, it's the third quarter. It's not like it was the fourth. So, like, I actually don't see anything wrong with Nafisa being in. She stepped on, looks like the back of one of her teammates' foot. And then, we saw her go down. It was a severe sprain. She couldn't walk off on her own power. She had to get help, and it doesn't look good for the Minnesota Lynx. And it looked even worse for the Las Vegas Aces, because what in the world were the Aces doing? Like, it was a total nightmare. Like, I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Literally, the Minnesota Lynx win 111-58. Like, it was an embarrassing game. It really was. And also, you take into account, guys, that the game itself was in Vegas. Makes it even worse. Okay. Caitlin Brad did go crazy. She hit 8 threes in the first half. Like, she was insane. And then she kind of, and that was it from there. But she didn't need to do anything else from that, because the Minnesota Lynx just cooked them. So anyway, that's that. All right. Yeah, I think it was fine that she was in, because didn't she get hurt in the third quarter? Like, am I misremembering that? I believe she got hurt in the third quarter. And, like, yes, her team was heavily up. However, I'd be more upset if she was in with like 5 minutes to go in the fourth, right? So yeah, that's that.